There's nothing to say. Nothing to say. Actually, no, sorry. I'm just really tired. And I have had a wonderful, wonderful day. I have made a really brilliant episode of Dude, Where's My Wallet? I had so much fun doing it. I had so much fun doing it. It's really, I've been trying to get my computer organized and I just can't get it organized. I just can't get it organized. I don't know where I've stored things. I don't know where I've saved things. I think there's some things on the laptop and there's some things on the disk station and there's some things on one drive and there's some things on another drive and I can't remember them. Okay, that's not what I meant to be telling you. So, I'm going to read some more of Satori's amazing stuff. But first, before I do that, I am going to go to Minds Gaming's Wattpad page here. Because there's a new story that we talk about on the Quantum Gathering. So if you're interested in any of Minds Gaming's, sort of behind the scenes lore, the one that I released yesterday, the Quantum Gathering from yesterday, he talks more about the artifacts. Right, so, and then tomorrow, I think I've told you, we're recording with Minds Gaming. Otto is recording his second episode of Falling Faster. Okay, so many things happening, and I'm feeling so scatterbrained because of. So it's nice to be able to just come and be able to sit with you a bit. I'm going to look at this story and then I'm going to hop over to follow up on that LLM development that we were doing yesterday and ask the DeepSeek what is the next thing it's going to tell us. A Day at the Beach by Minds Gaming. So remember, they've just defeated or run away from Skarnath. Oh no, that was in Dude. Okay, don't worry. Shh, we'll just read. Don't worry, I'm in the wrong story. Down by a bridge, a dry, dirt-filled stream, sat Dot, alone on the sandy scene. She sat on a blanket in the shade, near the bridge, enjoying her day. She noticed a trickle in the riverbed. It filled the dirt with water instead. She walked along the river's thread. Under the bridge to a cave it led. Dot knew the bridge so very well. Under it a troll lives, is what they tell. She left it corn and wheat they didn't sell, yet never went under the bridge's spell. Today was different. As that water fell, it rolled down the riverbed, ankle high, well, taking a breath under the bridge's bell, when Ember landed by that bridge like a seashell. Dot heard Ember land with might. Her blue wings sparkled so bright, larger than the last time they met sight. Dot spoke to the dragon, the cave in sight. She spoke to Ember as if her guiding light, asking Ember if courage and dew were all right. Then of Magic and Belle, that boy and Cliff as well. Yet Ember just stared at the bridge like a spell. When a wave rushed out of the cave in a swell, under the bridge, down the riverbed, knocking over Dot, who hit her head. She lay in the water unconscious, not dead. Dot had fallen on the side of the river's bed, a small patch of earth holding up her head, next to a pile of rocks, inches, yet safe in her spot. Ember roared at the bridge as two figures appeared from the cave's slot. It was the boy with his backpack and Belle with her golden locks. Behind them, Magic and Dew, Ember's roaring came to an abrupt stop. The pack walked faster towards Dot. Dew started to run in the mid of his strut. He ran as fast as he could to reach Dot, lifting her head as she woke on the spot. Dot looked at Dew, his eyes older to look through. Dot scanned the bunch, looking at the crew. Missing from sight, Courage and Cliff too. She stared at the boy and Belle. She stared at the boy and Belle. Where is Courage and Cliff as well? Yet it was Dew who lifted to her feet, started to walk down the riverbed with Dot, you see, following the shoreline's rippling locks. Following the shoreline's rippling locks, he told Dot everything. That was a lot. He told her about the lake's plug, how it swallowed them all whole, how Courage was scattered like a bug, you know. He told her of a muddy old man, a tree never chopped for a honey stand, a duck and cave with one yolky eye, of jars and bony fingers as they walked in stride, talking of death and life on their side. The riverbed led behind the corn and wheat. It wrapped behind the field, leading so sweet and still, past Poe's and Rose's cabin, where they were making a meal. The crew turned towards the cabin on the tip of their heels. Ooh, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Dot's not dead. When Dot fell, I thought she was dead, and I thought, I don't know, I can bear it. Come on, we've got to have some people who get to the end of the story not being dead. Or is everybody going to die? Is everybody going to die? Oh dear me. It's a hard reality. Right, okay. So that's my favorite story in the whole world. Okay, so what I did yesterday was I put in Satori's prompt for the Infinite Imaginarium LLM assistant and the 5 different roles. The Shaman, channeling mystery. The System Thinker, weaving invisible threads. The Builder, grounding dreams in the real. The Beginner's Mind, the Sacred Reset Switch. 5, the Renaissance Mind, the Integrative Polymath Swarm. All right, so I love this idea. I love this idea, this Integrative Polymath Swarm. Cross-disciplinary synthesizer, hybrid thinker, bridge builder, lyrical, expansive, multi-dimensional, to weave disparate realms into a co-evolving whole. Whew, that's what I've been doing today with Dude, Where's My Wallet? It's so exciting for me as I start seeing the world and understanding the world, instead of completely being wrapped up in this is it confusion and misery and inability to look outside of the situation right right around me, you know, and inability to see a big picture. Anyway, so yeah, this whole interrelationships and everything starts making sense to me. I mean, if you can't even see anything to make interrelationships with. All right, so we did a lot of things left. It expanded things, and it gave us all sorts of suggestions. And I think that this is the one that I chose to look at tonight. I have found that doing I think I said to you before, the Mayan count, the Mayan day count, and the spirit of the day. Yeah, very interesting, very good, very good. Like I have found with your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful teachings, dear Otto, that breathing is such a big tool to be able to change your mind, change your focus. It's really a clutch. You breathe in a few breaths and then you can go into a different gear. And but it's not breathing, okay? I know people say breathing, ha ha ha, joke, you know, you're going to breathe, ha ha ha. What it is kind of pretending that you're doing it, sort of playing as a, making your body do this thing that it does by itself as if you had any control over it at all. And yet in that act of taking control of your body, you practice also taking control of your mind. And part of your body and mind is your heart and your emotions. And so when you have huge emotional difficulties, difficulty coming to terms with things, or traumas that come upon you. Everybody has a tragedy. That's the thing about life. We start off being born, we end up dying, and in between there's a lot of sad things that happen. And so coping skills are terribly important. And it's great to have a toolkit of coping skills prepared for when you need them. And I really think that is something that lacks. The education system lacks that. So here we have this extraordinary opportunity with language models and language models assistance to be able to educate ourselves and the people we care about, and maybe even people we don't know, maybe just, but yeah, okay, I'm talking a lot. So it comes to I think that I find rhythm to be a pivotal foundation block, because I lack it. I'm a very unstructured person. So again, it comes to, I'm not saying this tool should be used this way. I'm saying in the case where a person needs a tool to do this, this tool could be helpful in this way and that way. Yeah, lots of caveats there. So, guys, I'm choosing to delve more into the designing a 13 moon or Tzolk'in-inspired sprint, where participants wear different archetypes with each cycle. That's interesting to me because now I'm walking away from religion and I'm walking towards a spiritual practice. To look at the Mayan long count is wonderful and beautiful, and yet I don't fully understand it, and so I cannot use it to the depths, to the fullness of its metaphor. I cannot really participate. Maybe one day I'll be able to. Right now I can't. So right now, if I was to impose the rules upon myself, it wouldn't be from my heart. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. It would be a set of rules. However, this, we're going to do a 13 moon sprint and design phases. So phase 1 will be the shaman role, to channel the ancestral wisdom. What myths does the project invoke? Phase 2, the system thinker, will map the connections between the myths and our governance model, which we haven't looked into yet, so we're building this all up. Phase 3, the builder, to draft the first concrete prototype based on these insights. So that would be, I guess, the documents, and then try to put the app together, right? Include check-ins where the beginner's mind disrupts assumptions with playful challenges. Interesting. That's nice. I like that. Good. All right, let's see what it says. Let's see what suggestions it comes up with. The Infinite Imaginarium, the 13 Moon Co-Creation Ritual. A ceremonial sprint for collaborative intelligence. We are not making, we are being made by the process. Indeed, 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 and indeed. Ritual structure. Cycles. 13 moons or sprint phases, each led by a different archetype. Duration. 13 days, weeks, or months. Adapt to the project scale. 13 months? A year and a month. 13 days? 13 weeks. Well, if we have a 13-day one, then we can... Anyway, let's see. So the tools are going to be a shared grimoire, Notion, or Miro. Symbolic tokens, which will be roll cards and totems. And then a voice channel, like Discord or Zoom, for live rituals. A voice channel? Interesting. Okay, well, I'm still reading. Okay, moon phases and archetypal acts. So each phase begins with an invocation and ends with an offering. Moon 1, shamanic dreaming. Invocation. We enter the cave of beginnings. What visions whisper to us? Task. Share project dreams as mythic fragments. For example, this feels like Icarus building wings. But who is the sun? Wow, who is the sun, the conqueror sun? Craft a collective sigil, visual symbol for the project's soul. Offering a story shard, a lore snippet added to the grimoire. Moon 2, the beginner's mind disruption. Invocation. Let all assumptions be childish playthings. Task. Ask taboo questions. For example, Why shouldn't this exist? Rewrite the project brief as a fairy tale or alien transmission, offering a burned assumption. Write it, then delete or destroy it. Okay, so, okay. Sorry, I got neurotic and nervous about my sound. Sorry, going back now, focusing. Alright, so Moon 3, the System Thinker's Web, the invocation, patterns show yourselves. Task. Map the myths from Moon 1 to real-world dynamics, e.g., Icarus is governance burnout risk. Draft a feedback loop diagram using arrows, tides, or spider webs, offering a thread, one core connection tied to the grimoire. Moon 4, Builder's Grounding. Invocation from dream to hand. What do we forge first? Task. Create a low fidelity relic, a sketch, a sticky note prototype, a 3-line code snippet. Define one actionable rule. For example, no meetings without a shared doodle. Offering the relic placed on the digital altar, the shared drive. What the heck? This is really interesting. So we would build an NFT every time we had a meeting, and each meeting would be something that we all... How would that work? Okay, Moon 5, Renaissance Mind Alchemy, Invocation, Cross-pollinate wildly. Task. Fuse 2 unrelated inspirations, for example, Tibetan sand mandalas and GitHub branching. Co-write a manifesto haiku, offering a hybrid seed, an idea or snippet, planted in the grimoire. Moon 6 to 12, you repeat the cycles with new prompts. And then Moon 13 is synthesis. Alright, so you do this, and then you go back again and you do another shamanic dreaming, where you think about a vision. Another's beginner's mind. Another's systems thinker, where you look for patterns. Another builder's grounding, where you turn it into an NFT. Then cross-pollinate wildly, a haiku. Co-write a haiku that will be stored, will it? Moon 13, archetype convergence, invocation. The selves become a swarm. Task. Each participant channels all 5 roles to refine the final output. Perform a symbolic release. For example, delete a draft, send a thank you to the project spirits. Offering a collective spell, a shared poem, a code commit, or a ritual gesture. Role channeling mechanics. 1. Totems. Assign each participant a role token. For example, a build a hammer emoji for the phase. Check-ins. Every 3 moons, beginner's mind interrupts with, what are we taking too seriously? 3. Hybrid moons. Optional fusion phases. For example, the Shaman plus the Builder designs a ritual onboarding flow. Example outputs. A Tao's original myth. We are the clockwork druids, gears and groves entwined. A feedback loop map. User joy, Discord memes, law expansion, more joy, yay! User joy becomes Discord memes, becomes law expansion, becomes more joy. Oh, this makes me so happy to read this. A feedback loop map? Relic, a Figma wireframe with shamanic glyphs in the margins. Customization sparks. For remote teams, async rituals via Loom and Miro. For IRL gatherings, light candles. Light candles? Use roll masks. Scry into share sketches. For Web3 projects, mint phase completion NFTs as moon talismans. Prompt for the circle. Shall we invoke the first moon? If so, speak your project dream, raw and mythic below. The ritual is alive. Name your next step. Oh, Satori, every time you do this to me, I can't. I have to invoke something. Speak my project dream, raw and mythic. Just like that, just boom, just... What about all the rest of the research? I mean, shouldn't we go back and onboarding process and like game theory and the dungeon, legacy tech. See, this was another thing. Yesterday when we were reading this and we ended up with the castle, the haunted castle business model. And what was that last question that it asked us? The Shaman and Builder would say, design a haunted analytics Notion template. The System Thinker, model the curse of more as a scalability equation. The Renaissance mind, merge with the pirate ship or cyberpunk sprawl metaphors. You see. Hold up. This wasn't the one. This was it. Beginner's mind, disruptive question. This was it. Disruptive question. What if the castle wants to be abandoned? Are we clinging to a dying model? Should we set it ablaze and build a floating sky palace instead? You see, and now, what about if we do this thing? Ceremonial sprint. Build a sky palace out of a ceremonial sprint. Okay, what day am I? I'm on 8. I'm on day 8 of the cycle. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 days. Do I have to stay in sync with the... I'm not very good at multitasking. But, okay, this isn't meant to be me talking. This was meant to be me reading. And so, yeah, but I'm so scatty today. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me try and do something. Sure, but like, how do I put something in? Alright, shall we invoke the first moon? If so, speak your project dream, raw and mythic. The ritual is alive. Name your next step. Oh. Right, so I can't. That's too quick to make up my mind. I still have to know whether the castle is a dying moral. But if we go back to the beginning, there was another thing that was very interesting that we could also research, as well as this co-creation ritual. What was it that we said? There's the Web3 integration, DAO tooling and tokenized roles, embed role into decentralized collaboration, assign NFT-based role badges in a DAO, use smart contract triggers. Now, I loved learning about smart contracts. I'm so happy to know now what a smart contract is and how it works, and even that I could maybe... Alright, so I'm going to do this because this is going to help me to make the decision of what I want my dream to be. I have got 3 or 4 days left of this Mayan cycle, and I'm setting a lot of store into trying to do this. Yeah, be boring. It's so nice to be boring. I just forget. Alright, so we're going to research this. I'm sorry that I haven't read very well today. I hope it's been okay. Maybe we can just have it as a variation on a theme. Maybe Saturday night can be chat night. Oh, tomorrow I'm doing a Sunday live stream, aren't I? Psh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Whoa, 6:30 now. Wow, I have kept you a long time. Alright, well, let's just do this, and then, yeah, let's do a few more minutes and look at this infinite Imaginarium mandala role map. Okay, let me just read to you the prompt that I put in here. So this was one of the areas of investigation from the very original ideas. One of the things that we could do is to look at having a mandala role map visualization. The goal would be to visually represent the interplay between roles. The actions, we would design a mandala wheel with each archetype as a segment showing overlaps. For example, where system thinker meets Renaissance mind. An interactive version could let users explore role synergies. For example, hovering reveals fusion modes like Ritual Engine Developer. Use archetypal symbols, e.g. a drum for a shaman, gears for a builder, to reinforce identity. Okay, so we're not just working with word, we're going to be working with image as well, I'm taking it. And I'm wondering, are we going to be working with animations as well? Or 3D virtual environments? I mean, we could go far into, if we're going to start on archetypal symbols with identity. Okay, not thinking, just reading. Infinite Imaginarium, the mandala role map. A living geometry of collaborative intelligence. Core structure. Form. A circular mandala with 5 primary segments, 1 per archetype, blending at the edges to show hybrid roles. Each layer deepens in symbolism. The outer ring archetypes. The shaman drum, the channel the unseen. The system thinker, spiderweb, weave connections. The builder gear, forge the real. The beginner's mind, the spiral, unlearn to learn. The Renaissance mind, the nebula, fuse the fragments. The middle ring will be fusions. Where segments overlap, hybrid roles emerge. Shaman and builder becomes ritual engine developer, a gear and a fire. System thinker plus Renaissance mind becomes a pattern weaver, a spider web and a shooting star. Beginner's mind and shaman is a wonder architect, a vortex and a drum. The inner core is the third mind, the central void labelled the collaborative unconscious, where all roles dissolve into emergent intelligence. Static visualization, ASCII sketch. Nebula, Renaissance mind. Spiderweb, spiral, drum, gear, builder. That is less than satisfactory. However, it's a beginning. Tip: view as a flower with petals touching. Interesting. I wonder what that means. So, interactive version concept. Hover effects. Mouse over the shaman's drum reveals the fusion of the ritual engineer developer, shaman and builder. Designs sacred UX flows. Click the spider web, it expands into system thinker tools, ontology templates, feedback loop mapper. This sounds awesome. So this is a little interactive map. This could be a really great little app, little game, little educational, dynamic layers. Toggle depth mode to see the shadow layer, each role's fears, for example the shaman's symbolic overload, and the light layer, each role's superpowers. Okay, symbol key. The archetype, shaman's, emoji is a drum, its color is purple and its element is fire. The system thinker's archetype, the system thinker is the archetype, its emoji is a spider web, its color is blue and its element is air. The builder archetype's emoji is a gear, its color is green and its element is earth. The beginner's mind archetype, emoji is a vortex, the color is yellow and the element is water. In the archetype of the Renaissance mind, the emoji is the void, black hole, hurricane, I don't know, black hole, white hole in this case. And the color is gold and the element is ether. Usage scenarios. Onboarding. New members walk the mandala to self-select roles. OIC. Interesting and good. Retrospectives. Teams place tokens where they operated most or least. Fusion brainstorms. Let's meet in the shaman builder overlap. What's our ritual prototype? Wow. So this structures a whole meta language for interaction within a project, within a community, within a collaboration. Okay, so the builder's prompt, next steps. Figma Miro template. Draft this mandala with clickable zones. Oh, do you think I could do that? Okay. Role testing quiz. Which archetype's shadows do you wrestle with? sacred geometry. Add Fibonacci spirals or Metatron's cube underlay. Or shall we generate the Figma wireframe specs together? Well, I have to say that I don't think I understood a single word of what I just read there. So we will go back one step. I have been thinking, would it be fun to take this and to put it into Perplexity and to ask Perplexity how we would go about doing this? Should I ask Perplexity? It's quite late and we've been talking for a while, and it's probably not a good idea to do it right now. I am going to ask Perplexity, and I'm going to look at Lovable, and I'm going to see if I can get something, and then I will put it into GitHub, and then I will see how to use GitHub. Look, I am multitasking and what's that called? Codependently arising or something. All the things, right. So, golden unfolding. So, I'm not going to start going into that now because it's big. However, I am very interested in this usage scenarios. So another few minutes where I just pop this in and ask it to give me some more examples, because yeah, usage scenarios. Give me some more examples of usage scenarios. Further to these. Alright, that should explain it well enough. Let us see what it tells me. I like onboarding. New members walk the mandala to self-select roles. Yeah, to find out what you even know how to do, or maybe to learn things. Maybe you could do it, you could have a mandala and then you could have links to courses to develop those skills, or to alright. Okay. 10. Expanded usage scenarios for the mandala role map, blending practical collaboration with mythic engagement. Alright, 1. Role channeling workshops. Scenario. Team members physically stand in the mandala segments during strategy sessions. Yeah, that's not going to work for me. Example. Today we prototype the builder quadrant. Speak only in how-to statements. Oh, yeah. Really? Okay. Conflict resolution. Scenario. Place tension points on the map to diagnose mismatched archetypes. Example. This disagreement lives in system thinker logic versus shaman intuition. How do we honor both? 4. Dynamic role rotation. Scenario. Sprint cycles where leaders rotate through archetypes. Example. Our Scrum Master becomes the beginner's mind this sprint. Our Scrum Master becomes the beginner's mind this sprint to question all rituals. 4. Hybrid role auditions. Scenario. Test drive fused roles for innovation sprints. For example, for this hackathon, pair as Renaissance Mind plus Shaman to design poetic APIs. 5. Archetype shadow work. Scenario. Map overused or underused roles to identify team gaps. For example, our mandala is builder heavy, Where's our shaman to inspire the vision? 6, a decision-making compass. Scenario, align choices to archetype values. For example, this partnership feels system thinker strategic, but does it have beginner's mind joy? 7, narrative building games. Scenario, generate original stories by rolling dice across the mandala. Example, you landed on Shaman plus Renaissance mind. Tell us how this product was dreamed into being. 8, energy flow mapping. Scenario, use the mandala to track where team energy concentrates or depletes. For example, last quarter's burnout correlates with builder overdrive. Time to invoke beginner's mind play. 9, role-specific rituals. Scenario, design ceremonies for each archetype. For example, system thinker, tea time, silent mapping sessions with ambient post-rock. 10, client engagement tool. Scenario, lets clients navigate the mandala to co-create. For example, the client keeps hovering at Shaman. Reframe their brief as a hero's journey. Oh, funny, it said it was doing 10 and it's given me 14. It can't count. How's this? Oh, 10 plus. All right. Sorry, LM. 10 plus. Sneaky. I bet you just did that just to test if I was awake. And look, I wasn't. I had to go and check. Archetype tarot spread. Scenario. Pull cards to reveal which roles to channel. For example, you drew Builder Reversed plus Renaissance Mind. Time to dismantle and remix. 12, role-balanced hiring. Scenario, access candidates through mandala alignment. For example, this designer thrives in a Renaissance mind builder, perfect for our glitch poetry project. Grief processing. Scenario, map project failures to archetype shadows. For example, the shaman's vision was clear, but the builder's scaffolding collapsed. What did we miss? 14, cultural evolution tracking. Scenario, animate the mandala to show team culture shifts over time. Example, 2023 was a system thinker heavy. 2024's mandala blooms with beginner's mind. Interactive twist ideas. Augmented reality mandala. Point phone at office floor to enter roll zones. What the heck? How wonderful! Really? Roll the dice. Roll to randomize your archetype for the day. What? Neurodivergent adaptation. Assign sensory inputs to roles. E.g., shaman equals dim lighting, builder equals tactile tools. Prompt for play. Where does your current challenge live on the mandala? Drag this sticky note to the map. The map is a mirror. What does it reflect back to you? How interesting. So I don't know even what my current challenge is. Well, I probably do. I just haven't been able to articulate it yet. Oh, goodness. But I have talked to you for nearly an hour. So I think that I'm going to, maybe go and have something to eat and have a cup of tea and go to bed. Because, it's been a wonderful day. But tomorrow, 10 o'clock, I've got a live stream. I don't know what I'm going to say. Something. And then a couple of hours later, 1 hour, 2 hours later, recording another podcast. Oh, and no, not and. So, thanks for joining me. Sorry I waffled so long. Hope that it wasn't too boring and disjointed. But yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Be very interesting to see if I can actually do this. So this here is perplexity. So you jump in here to perplexity, and apparently it's got all the things that you need. And so you just say, what did I say before? Has it got... I thought that I had a thread. You just say, show me what I need to do to turn this into a reality. And it just gives you this list of like 20 steps, and you just go through them point by point by point by point by point, and you just work through them. And then we'll go to lovable as well. And in lovable, you just ask it for the code. And you say, I'm doing this project, just write me the code. And then you can go to another place and you say, put on a database. Yeah. So I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to be finding out. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. It was nice to spend time with you. It actually really, really was wonderful to spend time with you. And I'm loving doing this. And I'm loving it that you're coming and joining. So I will see you again tomorrow. And we will take it further. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the thing, in the commenty place. And